Hello, I'm the Media Wiz, because one art form wasn't enough, and I'm back at it again with another vlog. So, this was a request. This is from Ben, who's been following us since after the Powerpuff Girls movie review. He said he was a fan of our content, and we appreciate it, Ben. Thank you. And he requested that I do a Media Wiz video talking about an anime OVA called Dead Leaves. Now, I haven't really taken that many anime requests simply because I'm not the world's biggest expert on it. Not because I don't like anime, I do. I like it. It's just that I cannot keep up with it as much as some of my other reviewer friends who are way more into anime than I am. I like it, it's just I'm not the world's biggest otaku, so yeah. But I mean, that said, I do watch, I dabble, I do like some anime. And I was more than open to giving this a shot. So yeah, I decided to check out Dead Leaves. Before even watching it, I noticed that the art style was very reminiscent to Panty and Stocking. And I was like, huh, that looks a lot like that. And turns out it's from the same guy. Like the guy who worked on this. He also worked on Gurren Lagann. Some people read it as being 52 minutes, and the copy I watched was like 47. And I think it's because it cut out a lot of the credits. I watched the sub version, and I also, just for curiosity's sake, I did check out a dub, but I watched the subbed version first. Overall, the story is about these two people who wake up and know nothing about each other. One is named Pandy because she has a ring around her eye, like a panda. And the other one is named Retro, and his design is he has an old TV for a head. Now, what is this? Pyrocynical? Yeah, I got the pyrocynical U2s. So with these two waking up and not really knowing that much about each other, or even themselves, they decide, let's just go on a rampage. And what they do is they go to Tokyo, which is the nearby city, and they steal a car, speed, they have a shootout with a bunch of cops, and what happens then is they are then locked up and put into a place called Dead Leaves, which is this like high maximum security prison on the moon. And from there it becomes like a prison escape kind of story, mixed in with a lot of, I don't want to say jabs, but I want to say like sort of satire on anime. I mean, even the big climax of the end just kind of feels like a parody of, you know, big epic anime conclusions where the sky turns blood red and it's our heroes against the big bad. And there's a bunch of points where, like, the one thing I will say, out of all the things in this this OVA that felt like a spoof of animes in general, or like the cliches of anime that people often parody, is whenever animes over-explain things. Why are you doing this? I can't believe you're doing such a horrible thing. And then the other person goes, well, yes, don't you know? I am related to you. What? And then we have this like big elaborate explanation as to how these characters are connected and all that kind of stuff. There are points where it feels like they're going to do stuff like that, and they just go, screw that crap, we're not doing that. Like, what's the explanation for this? Just, who cares? Or, we'll talk about it some other time. The thing I liked about this OVA were the designs. I really liked how all the two main characters and all the prisoners in Dead Leaves specifically are just so different and bizarre looking from one another. I mean, the two main characters look different enough as it is, but then you got characters where one dude's head literally is just a nutsack. It's like that thing in underground comedy, except a million times better in every way. But yeah, everybody looks so different. It kind of reminded me of another anime that I know. It reminded me of Bobobo, just because all the designs were just so strange. But one subtle thing I really liked was you have these strange-looking people, and then you have the normal people who are these who are just these generic, everybody looks the same, business suit wearing, and the villain, of course, is this like horse captain who's like really over the top, not just in his like delivery, but also in the way he's designed. He's just this, you know, parody of an anime villain, basically. And yeah, along the way, of course, while we have the characters trying to break out, we also have, you know, their backstories are subtly explained, and I like that. I like the pacing as well. The pacing of the story I thought was like one of the best things about it, because it doesn't waste time. It's one of those things where it just throws you into the madness. You are just introduced to these two main characters, they don't know what's going on. action starts. They immediately go into Tokyo and mess some crap up. I think that we're jumped into it first, and then we're slowly getting more intricate story as the thing goes. I like that aspect of it. I think if I had to criticize two things, one, I could definitely see this not appealing to a lot of people. Like, there are some people out there who probably say that, oh, you know, it's too fast-paced, it's too random, it's too stupid for me. And I see where people are coming from, because stuff like this, stuff that's like really, really out there, there's definitely an audience for it, and I can definitely see not everybody getting into it. Me personally, that was one of the things I liked about it. It had a lot of charm to it. That fact that it was so fast-paced and so different. It was like an anime equivalent of like a Looney Tune, with the animation being just so bizarre and bonkers and over the top with its violence. I think the only other thing I didn't like was there are some parts where they reuse animation. That was kind of like there's a part where they have a shootout and there is reused footage, and I don't know, sometimes when you see stuff like that, it's like, okay. The few times they did that, I was like, that's reused footage. But I mean, those are the nitpicks that I had about this. Overall, I really enjoyed it. Thank you, Ben, for requesting it. Am I gonna be looking at anime ever again? I did get another request, so I'm probably gonna do a vlog on that. Except this is a series instead of an OVA like this was. Yeah, Dead Leaves overall, I really enjoyed it. I like the characters, I like the designs, the animation, aside from the reuse stuff. I really liked the ending. I really liked the subtle jabs at like cliches in anime, and the fact that the pacing was so absurd, and the fact that it starts off really fast and then slowly you get more intricate story as it goes. I really like that aspect of it. So yeah, Dead Leaves, if you're a fan of the guy who made this work, I definitely recommend checking it out if you haven't already. So yeah, Dead Leaves. Thank you for the request, Ben. Really enjoyed it. So next time on MediaWiz, I'm going to be reviewing some fan animations, and the fan animations in question are The Bots Are Back, which was made for Mystery Science Theater 3000. Because I already talked about the MST3K comic, so I figured, hey, why not talk about The Bots Are Back? Because from what I hear, it's one of the most disliked things in the MST3K fan base. So, looking forward to reviewing. It's only 4 videos, so hopefully that'll be relatively fast and not that bad, right? Well, I guess we'll just have to see until then. Until then, guys, I'm the Media Wiz, because One Art Forum wasn't enough.